By the way, can I just ask you a question?
I don't
yes
exclusively
or no?
beat up on college.
Can you actually answer? Can you actually answer? Hang on, calm down. I just got one question. I got one question for you, and I want you to actually answer it. Are you glad Charlie Kirk is dead?
Andrew Wilson went on Piers Morgan Uncensored and took on a panel of people such as Anna Kasparian. And in this clip, we're going to focus on where Andrew Wilson and Destiny get into a full-on shouting match here live on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Obviously, I think Andrew Wilson came out on top of this shouting match and of this heated debate here, but I'll let you decide on who you think wins this debate. Let's get into this clip, though, where Andrew Wilson and Destiny go at it in an extremely heated debate here live on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
You're
Charlie,
right.
didn't it?
And the irony of Charlie Kirk is that he led the way in going in to debate with people who hated him, and he would try and have respectful dialogue.
Charlie Kirk beat up on college students.
Unlike you, Destiny.
Let's be
Let
real.
me bring Andrew Wilson in.
So do you.
Let me bring in Andrew Wilson.
So do you. You beat up on college students. You're going on a college tour. You're going on a college tour right now to beat up on college students. What are you talking about, Destiny? That's what you're doing right this second, is going on a college tour to go beat up on college students. By the way, can I just ask you a question?
I don't
yes
exclusively
or no?
beat up on college.
Can you actually answer? Can you actually answer? Hang on, calm down. I just got one question. I got one question for you, and I want you to actually answer it. Are you glad Charlie Kirk is dead?
No, I don't think anybody in this country should be dying to political violence. It's insane. The past 5 years in this country has been crazy. But the reality is, until conservatives,
so then why did you say to your co-host that Trump deserved the bullet? Why did you tell him that?
Until conservatives have to say, hey, we all need to be less violent, there's no purpose in Democrats doing it, because every time Democrats disavow, you further entrench your guys' delusional beliefs that all the violence is coming on the left. Donald Trump can go on TV. He can say, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. They can go on Parler and say, we heard you. They can go to the Capitol and break in and try to insurrect. They can get convicted in front of a jury, and then Donald Trump can pardon them, and we can come out and go, hey, guys, why aren't Democrats disavowing violence? And pretend that the problem is coming from the left. Democrats do a disservice to this country by disavowing violence constantly when the president of the United States
won't go on TV and
say all of us need to be less violent.
Destiny, so the thing is, why did you say to your co-host that the bullet was for Trump? Why did you say to your co-host that the best place for the bullet was Trump? Why did you say that?
Why did Donald Trump call it?
It's a whataboutism. Whataboutism.
Not only did Destiny say that Donald Trump deserved the bullet, he also laughed and made jokes about the people who got shot in the background. I believe it was a firefighter, someone died, some man died that had a whole family, that his family might have even been at the event as well. And Destiny made jokes about them, said that they deserved it because they were at a Trump rally and things like that. So Destiny trying to play the high and mighty route and take the high road here, saying like, no, I think all political violence is bad. Obviously you don't, dude, because you were making jokes about an innocent man that died at the Trump rally, and you laughed at him and said he deserved it simply because he was at a Trump rally. I mean, that's not healthy behavior. That's not normal behavior for someone who, is disavowing all political violence. So whenever he's straight up confronted on this, he's going to act like he's taking the high road and say all political violence is bad. And yet when he's in private, when he's on his own stream, and when he thinks nobody's watching, he's saying things like Trump deserved the bullet, and the people in the background deserve to get shot because they were at a Trump rally. Just craziness, man.
Yeah, I'm asking you a question.
Whataboutism.
I can't be whataboutism if it's my question, Destiny.
Why won't Donald Trump
answer the question?
Right, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this before I cut mics?
Because you don't care.
Destiny,
you don't care that Kirk's dead.
Destiny, allow Andrew to repeat his question. And let him ask the question, then you answer it, okay? Andrew.
No, I want to hear the other side first.
Let him ask the question.
Donald Trump.
Let him ask the question, Destiny, and then you answer it. Andrew.
Destiny told his co-host, when asked point blank if he wanted the bullet to kill Trump, that the worst thing that could have happened was the bullet missing. He said this to Pisco. I watched it, okay? This guy's an obfuscation machine. And you know what else, Destiny? Why should we believe you? I think you are glad Kirk is dead. And all of your tweets seem to prove that. And you would have been happy if Trump was assassinated. You've made that very clear. So why not just be truthful for once in your fucking life and say the truth, that you don't care that Kirk is dead, and you're actually probably glad he is. Isn't that really what's true?
I don't want anybody in this country to die to political violence. I don't think in the United States of America that should be happening. I don't know why it's so hard for the president to say the same. I think it'd be the easiest thing in the world as a president. Biden did it for 4 years. That's why everything was way cooler when he was here, like in terms of temperature. The Clintons have no problem saying it. Barack Obama has no problem saying it. Kamala Harris has come out and said it. Every Democratic lawmaker and leader has basically come out and said it. But for some reason on the Republican side, it's just civil war, civil war, civil war. And the Republican president of the United States, who has presided over more violence politically in this country, more large protests than any president in all of U.S. history, for some.
By the way, the reason why things were cooler whenever Joe Biden was president and not Trump is not because Joe Biden is some great president and he was so great at calming the temperature down of the U.S. and things like that. It's because the side that throws a tantrum when they don't have power was in power for 4 years. And now that they're not in power anymore, now that they feel like they're losing a foothold, in the cultural battle, and then also they lost the presidency, and they're just like reeling at this point. It's not looking like they're going to win many elections going forward if they continue with the same talking points and the same rhetoric that they've had for the last few years. They're starting to realize that, and so they're throwing tantrums again. Same thing happened back in 2020 with the whole BLM riots and everything like that while Trump was president, and that's why. It's because the side that throws tantrums when they're not in power, when things aren't going their way, they're not in power right now. And they were in power whenever Joe Biden was president. So they weren't throwing tantrums. So there was no political violence, or there was a lot less political violence. It's not because Joe Biden was some great president, or the Democrats are, great at calming things down. They do the opposite.
For some reason can't bring himself to say, all of us need to calm down. And
so did Trump deserve the bullet?
Did
Trump deserve the bullet?
This is all you care about are the political hit jobs.
Just answer the question, bro. Did Trump deserve the bullet?
Did Donald Trump
deserve the bullet
on his side ever? Did Donald Trump
answer the question? Did Trump deserve the bullet?
You can't answer the question. We're here to play.
No, bro. It's my turn to ask the question. It's your turn to answer.
Did
Trump deserve the bullet?
Did Trump disavow violence in this country ever?
Did he deserve the bullet? Yes, he's disavowed violence. But again, I just did. Now your turn. Now your turn.
What's crazy is like Destiny's answering the question of did Donald Trump deserve the bullet by saying that Donald Trump never disavowed violence. But no matter what Donald Trump did or didn't disavow, and look, no matter what Destiny does or doesn't disavow or what he says, I don't think he deserves a bullet. I don't think he deserves to die. I don't think any of these people deserve to die because they say crazy stuff. Even people who, Destiny might have done some pretty bad things. Not even just said bad things. He might have done some pretty bad things. I don't think it doesn't even cross my mind. It's not even something that I have to get rid of the thought of saying, oh, Destiny deserves to die. Of course he doesn't deserve to die. What are we talking about? And the fact that Destiny won't answer the question by saying, no, Donald Trump doesn't deserve to die. He's answering the question by saying, well, does Donald Trump disavow violence? As if to say, because Donald Trump doesn't disavow political violence, that he deserved to die. That's crazy. That's craziness. I would never do that. I would never wish that on anybody who does or doesn't disavow things that I like or don't like. That's just craziness.
It's your turn.
Did Donald Trump,
Trump deserve the bullet?
I never said that. No, I never said that. No.
Okay, except you did to your co-host.
No, I didn't. Oh, wait. When did Donald Trump disavow? Wait. When did Donald Trump disavow violence in this country?
Your co-host, you lying sack of shit. If he wanted to kill Trump, the worst thing that could have happened was the bullet missing. That's what you said.
This is, yeah. And this is where when you're putting YouTubers and tweeters on the same level as the president of the United States, this is why conservatives are absolutely brain broken when it comes to violence in this country. And that's why it'll continue.
But
There'll be more deaths. Maybe it'll be me at the next time. Who knows? There'll be
Destiny.
Destiny. All going to turn around and be like, I can't believe it. What's going on? What's happening here?
Okay, Destiny. If you care so much about political violence in America, why don't you lead the way yourself without mentioning anybody else? Why don't you, Destiny, right now just outright condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because we've been doing that for a decade. One side can't turn down the temperature.
You can't do it.
The other side can't turn down the temperature. If Donald Trump can't, then the left shouldn't until he does.
Got it.
Republicans
you don't want to do it.
need accountability for their actions. They need some responsibility for the insanity.
He had it coming,
even though you take none yourself. Let me bring in Jack Posobiec.
We absolutely Democrats will take it.
That's just nuts, man. That's absolutely correct. That's your brain's broken, man. Your brain's completely broken. I don't care. It's not supposed to matter what other people are doing you know, just because nobody else has morals in a situation doesn't mean that, oh, because nobody else has morals, then I'm not going to uphold my own morals. I'm not going to uphold my own boundaries. That's not how things are supposed to work. If you genuinely think that something is bad that is being done, then you should say that that thing is bad that's being done, no matter what the other side, no matter what other people are doing. That's like weak behavior. But I don't think that's what he's doing at all. I think he's using that as an excuse to not disavow it because he knows his audience doesn't want him to disavow it because they like that it happened. That's what's happening. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole Andrew Wilson versus Destiny debate, this heated shouting match here live on Piers Morgan Uncensored.